So on to the next topic, knockout of the year. So this is the only topic that we don't really agree on. But I mean, to a certain extent. But I'll let you go first, Pete.
Well, me, to be honest, like I said, it was a lot of good knockouts this year. Some from, bigger name fighters, some from smaller name fighters. And people, depending on what you're looking for in a knockout, you could call it, you might have a different favorite. But for me, the knockout that stood out the most would have to be, Deontay Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne 2. The way he went about coming out in one round and unleashing, bombs, fancy footwork, body language, everything that you would want to do when you're making a statement and to get a guy out of there in one round. And even the manner of how Stiverne's body collapsed was just, it was dramatic, the whole thing about it. And that just really covered all my things for a knockout of the year. It kind of was like he went out and said, he told me before the fight he was going to knock him out in one round, and that's kind of what he went out and did, And like I said, he had a crazy year. Guys were testing dirty, pulling out, and it was just like he had a lot of built up steam and, animosity in him, and he went and let it all out in the ring, and it made a statement. It put the heavyweights on notice that, to me, Deontay Wilder is real. That right hand is real, and to me, that was my favorite knockout this year, to me, but definitely was, with the whole year was full of knockouts.
That it definitely was it was one of my choices in there, man. It was definitely up there, man, because like you saying, everything you said, my question is like, what makes a knockout of the year? It's not just the knockout, it's everything surrounding it,
right?
And it's just everything, like you explained, the build up to it, the statement you're trying to make, the whole significance of who you knocking out.
Right.
And like you said, those words too just make it a knockout of the year, because he said that I'm going to knock you out in the first round.
Yeah.
And then when you live up to it, that's just another thing that adds to it, to make it knockout of the year. But for me, man, I had to go with Jamel Charlo, his first round KO over Erickson Lubin.
Very nice.
Same with this one. There was a lot of talk. Actually, Lubin, he was doing more talking. Mm-hmm. Like I told you, Lubin, he's a quiet kid because he had a good knockout early this year. And, I thought high thoughts of him, And in a way, I kind of felt that he was taking the fight a little too soon. But then when I saw him training and, the exchange of words, it was like, okay, maybe he is ready. But Jamel, he's out to make a statement. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are saying he don't have power. But he's on like a knockout streak.
Right.
He's knocking guys out. And Charles Hatley, the fight before that, was a good knockout. A lot of people are saying he doesn't possess that one punch knockout power. And that was the kind of the reason I picked this as knockout of the year, because people were doubting him.
Right.
And he wanted to prove he had one punch knockout power. And what did he do? Knock the kid out in one round.
He made a statement that night.
Yeah.
He that Charlo has power too.
Yeah, because when you look to Erickson Lubin, he looked game. He looked ready. He looked focused. But it's like you said, like it's always that it's crazy that just that one punch. That's the thing about boxing. That one punch shut all that down.
Right, there's levels to it.
Yeah, like we could say what if all day, but that one right uppercut that he feinted him into. And he did, like we said, he did one of the biggest mistakes. He turned his head and leaned into it.
And see, that's the thing too, and what people don't understand, setting up the knockout. That punch that he walked into, that was set up.
It was set up
for him to walk into it.
Yeah,
so
it was just a
he knew
thing.
that this guy does this move. He moves his head this way. So I'm going to throw this little short, beautiful punch.
He's going to look this way. And
studying tape. And it was perfectly executed. It was perfectly executed.
Yeah. And in the way his body just reacted to that punch, it was just over, man. It just,
right.
He just collapsed.
And the difference in that knockout is like that was a calculated knockout. I watched film of this guy. He has this bad habit. This is a punch I need to throw to exploit that bad habit. Whereas though the Wilder knockout was just a raging bull,
guns blazing.
Guns blazing, any means necessary. I'm getting you out of here in one round. You know what I mean?
Whereas his was sharpshooter.
Yeah, like, I'm more systematic. Moves,
you know, and then bang,
this one
he
was
goes
like,
down.
No matter what you do, I'm getting you out of here in a round. And those are two different knockouts, totally.
Two different knockouts, you know, but they make
same results.
Same results, and they both make big statements.
Yeah,
you know?
So I mean, that's the beauty of a knockout. I'm a boxing fan, and I'm a fan of a knockout like most boxing fans, but I also know that it's other parts of the sport too. But it's different knockouts. It's different knockouts. You know what I mean?
And it's like we say too, like a lot of people just want to see knockouts, but it's just the build up to one,
right? And
just setting up one. And like we said, you know, when a guy says I'm going to knock you out in one round and he follows it through, that just makes it better,
right?
And for Charlo, it's like when Charlo says, you know, I don't have punching power. Oh yeah, boom, right. Knocks a guy out. Right. That just makes him better. It makes it more credible, you know.
It's like when you hear fighters, they say, "Well, man, are you going for the knockout? If the knockout comes, you know, that means if it's a setup for the knockout, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? I'm not just going out there lobbing punches, hoping I land on the guy's chin and knock him out. You know, I'm gonna take it if it presents.
That's usually when you won't get one.
You know what I mean? Exactly, but people need to understand that's what they mean when they say that if the opportunity presents itself, the knockout comes, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? A guy's not gonna just come sticking his chin out and present it to you that way.
It's like you said with the Lubin, you gotta wait for bad habits, feints. You gotta make him come out.
Set traps. You know, it's a lot going on in the ring. You know, so those definitely were like two beautiful knockouts, but we also had, you know, Terrence Crawford over, you know,
Julius
Ndongo, which was a beautiful, another setup, body punch, beautiful body punch.
Anytime somebody can knock somebody out with a body punch is amazing to me.
Those are three totally different knockouts, and you know what I'm saying? Because
that fight, it was a fight where guy was more so game too, you know. Yeah. He looked game, and then all of a sudden he was down, cringing.
He was short circuited.
Yeah,
he was game. Then somebody pulled the plug on him.
Shoot, man.
You know.
But yeah, that's my knockout, and that was your knockout. What about fight of the year? What would you consider like the one fight that just defined last year as far as like matchup significance and result?
I mean, to be honest, I would really have to go back and really dig into that, because that's a big, that's a whole show right there. Yeah, that's a whole show right there. To be honest, because I mean, it's different.
To be continued, yeah.
It's different levels, different things, different reasons why.
I'd have to think about that too. Yeah, I think I think of that.